I studied so hard and still got a bad grade.
Come on, Lika. Don't worry. You will bounce back. Just stay positive. One setback doesn't define you.
I know you mean well, Nisa, but it's hard. I just disappointed in myself.
It's okay. Everything happened for a reason. But I really think you should try to focus on your good side.
If you were stronger, you wouldn't feel like this. You should just move on, no whining. I wish I could, but it's real, it's not just in my head. You are overreacting. Others have bigger problems than you.
Hey, Rika. Hi. What happened to you? Do you want to talk about how you feel?
I just feel I defeated, and I think I could do better.
That makes sense. It sucks to work hard and not get what you hope for. I'm sorry you're going through this. So, after watching that little drama, let's talk about what actually happened there. What is toxic positivity? Toxic positivity is what happens when positivity is forced when people are expected to stay positive no matter what they are going through. Instead of helping, this attitude actually ignores, denies, or minimizes real emotion pain. It's basically positivity taken too far. Why does toxic positivity happens? It usually comes from good intention but poor execution. People often feel uncomfortable with negative emotion, want to fix things quickly, or believing being positive is the only right way to live. But in reality, emotion don't work like that.
In this psychoeducation, I want to briefly explain the main idea from the article titled The Dark Side of Positive Vibes, Understanding Toxic Positivity in Modern Culture. The article discusses how toxic positivity, forcing constant positivity and ignoring real emotion can actually harm mental health. It's explained the social media, culture pressure, and workplace expectation often push up people to hide negative feeling. This emotional suppression can lead to stress, anxiety, and lower well-being. The article suggests simple solution. Acknowledge your real emotion. Practice a balanced emotional outlook and be critical of the unrealistic positivity we see online. The key message is that we don't need to be happy all the time. Being honest with our feeling is healthier.
This article explored gender difference in toxic positivity among adolescents aged 18 until 24 in Yogyakarta. Based on responses from 158 participants, the researchers found a significant difference between males and females. Girls show lower levels on toxic positivity, indicating they are more willing to acknowledge and express negative emotion. In contrast, boys experience stronger social pressure to stay positive, which often leads to emotional suppression. This finding highlights the importance of validating our emotional experience and can inform healthier approaches to emotional support and intervention from adults.
The journal article examines the rise of toxic positivity within social media culture and argues that digital platforms amplify pressure to remain optimistic at all times, often at the expense of authentic emotional expression. The author showed that while positivity itself can be beneficial, social media turns it into a performance that demands content, happiness, and discourages any display of vulnerability. The toxic positivity invalidates real emotion and isolates people. mirrors the exact emotional conflict portrayed when the protagonist in the psychodrama feel unseen by a friend who insists on forced optimism. As a matter of fact, toxic positivity happens when a positive attitude imposes a general preoccupation with forbidden emotion.
Okay, so this study examined toxic positivity, forcing people to stay positive when they have real problems. Two young women were interviewed about their experience with family, friends, and teachers who told them things like be grateful, other have his words, or just stay positive. This response made them feel worse, not better. They feel misunderstood, angry, and alone. One participant developed depression and suicidal through from constantly suppressing her emotion. The study found that toxic positivity caused both physical problems like head change and chest pain and mental health issues like depression and loneliness. So the conclusion is people need empathy and validation, not forced positivity. Real support means listening and accepting someone's feeling, whether positive or negative.
In journal, the set of positivity. Toxic positivity is when we're partial to always look happy, even when we're not okay. The taste habit can make us suppress our negative emotion. So what are the consequences? Number one, emotion pile up because we don't give ourselves space to feel sad or angry. Number two, stress and anxiety become higher. Number three, we become less authentic, smiling on the outside but exhausted on the inside. The study also says toxic positivity often comes from the culture of good vibes only, and social media can make it look like life must always be happy. So, what the solution? Learn to accept all emotion, not just the positive ones. Give yourself and others space to express feelings without being judged. And remember, feeling sad is not a weakness. So, the point is, mental health is about being happy all the time. It's about being honest with your own feelings.
The pressures to always seem positive is really big problems. It greatly increases the risk of serious issues like chronic stress, burnout, and depressions. Workers also start to feel very isolated. Furthermore, this fake happiness harms the office environment. The research concludes that companies must stop demanding this fake optimism. Instead, they must to build a truly positive culture where employees feel safe sharing their real feelings.